One person has been found dead after police in West Michigan say several shots were fired in the area. This is video from the scene when the body was found around 10 this morning. According to Wood TV, a man's body was discovered in an alley in Muskegon. Police say the victim appeared to have been shot several times. Information on the man's identity has not been released and no one has been arrested. A man from Ontario working on the Ambassador Bridge that's between Michigan and Canada fell more than 150 feet into the Detroit River and survived. His family is grateful that he's recovering tonight. According to WXYZ, the man's name is Spencer. He was doing work on the bridge when he fell from the scaffolding. A fisherman saw him fall and helped him out as fast as possible. Spencer's fiance received a call from his co-worker that day, letting her know they would be coming home late.
We're just thankful that he's here. Can't thank them enough for bringing him back home to me and our daughter. It means more to me than I can't even put into words.
Spencer is now back home with his family, including his 4-month-old daughter. 3 people were rescued by deputies from Lake Michigan today, but officials do not know how they fell in. Wood TV reports that around 2:40 this afternoon, 3 people were pulled into a rescue boat by deputies with the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office. Holland Police and the fire department also assisted with the rescue. There is still no information on why they were in the water or how. It is still unclear if any of them were injured. Republican candidate Ron DeSantis is making cuts to his staff because he is struggling to catch up in the race to former President Donald Trump. The Florida governor let go of at least 10 paid staffers on his campaign to reduce the operating costs. The Florida governor's campaign has raised more money than any other Republican running in the race, but has seen little impact on the polls. A spokesperson for DeSantis did not deny the cuts, but did have an optimistic view on the rest of the campaign, even though others on his team seem to believe their strategy will not work on a national scale. This weekend, hundreds were at the Shiawassee County Fairgrounds for the Michigan Honey Festival to learn all about the benefits of the sweet treat. Our Kyle Macon was there and is here for you now with the buzz.
It was all fun and games today at the annual Michigan Honey Festival. They had live music, food, and a favorite for many, the bee beard.
With the bee beard, they have to use smoke to kind of make it so they calm down. They can't do the bee beard with it being cloudy, because if it's cloudy, they're mad.
And with bees creating more than 13 different products, there was plenty of shopping.
When you're in a honey harvest, you get the majority of it as honey. You get a very small amount of beeswax. Beeswax is a natural air purifier. So while you eat honey to build your immune system and help you be healthier, beeswax actually takes all the particulate matter out of the air, so it makes your house and your workplace easier and more healthy to live in as well.
But the event wasn't just about having fun, as organizers say their main goal was to educate people on pollinators.
1/3 of the food that we eat requires pollination, and 80% of those pollinators are honeybees.
Salita Rampolla is the American Honey Queen. She was selected by the American Beekeeping Federation to travel the country teaching people about the importance of bees. She says sadly, bee populations are on decline across the world, but there are ways you can help.
Is to plant pollinator-friendly flowers such as sunflowers, echinacea, melaleuca. This will not only help the honeybees, but other pollinators as well.
Organizers say next year they're hoping to do a honey barbecue cook-off. Here for you in Lansing, Kyle Macon, 6 News.
Also making headlines, nobody won last night's Powerball, and that means there is still a chance for someone to win the estimated jackpot of almost $1 billion. With the Mega Millions at more than $600 million and the 3rd highest Powerball in history, many across the country are still testing out their luck and buying lottery tickets for many reasons.
Set my kids up for life, my grandkids up for life, and then just go buy an island somewhere and chill out.
I would pay off my student loans, help pay my mom's car off, my car off.
Studies say you're more likely to be killed by a vending machine or hit by a meteorite than win the lottery. With the summer heat kicking in, we have to look out for our furry friends as well. CBS's Bradley Halby has more on what you need to know.
Triple-digit temperatures aren't only dangerous to humans, but pets as well. The Animal Rescue Foundation out of Walnut Creek recommends only walking your dogs in the early mornings and late evenings in order to avoid the hottest part of the day.
And when you're unsure if it's too hot to walk your dog, we like to recommend touching the ground, the asphalt, with the back of your hand to get a test of how hot it is. If it's too hot for the back of your hand, it's definitely too hot for your pet's paws.
Vets say to limit your dog's exposure to sun and heat and make sure they get a lot of water. Heat stress can happen quickly and cause permanent neurological damage and even death in certain breeds.
One of the nice things about that long dog nose is that the wet surfaces inside help to cool the dog, but pugs and English bulldogs don't have that, so they're even more sensitive.
So what can you look out for? Dr. Stello says look out for these symptoms: panting, restlessness, vomiting, stumbling, and difficulty breathing. If symptoms continue after 20 minutes, seek help from a veterinarian immediately.
We're learning that the air quality advisory issued to parts of Michigan today will now extend into tomorrow due to those wildfires in Canada. Here in mid-Michigan, experts say the air quality is unhealthy for sensitive groups, as well as in Grand Rapids. Officials suggest children, older adults, and those with lung issues to avoid strenuous activities outdoors and limit the amount of time you go outside.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have mostly clear conditions in the area right now. A cold front is going to move through as we move throughout the next couple of hours, bringing the slight chance for some rain showers, mainly to areas just north of I-96. Here's a live look at the Capitol right now. Actually was not a pretty bad day. However, we did see some really gusty wind speeds. They were up to 26 miles per hour here in Lansing. High temperatures were up to 80 degrees. A live look over in St. John's. Temperatures in the upper 60s right now. Dew point temperatures fairly comfortable thanks to a cold front that we saw earlier this morning. As we mentioned before, air quality warnings will extend as we move throughout the entire day tomorrow. Likely going to be a very similar situation that we saw today, where air quality overall is going to be considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. At certain points in time, however, it could be considered unhealthy for the general population. Again, cold front moving through tonight is going to briefly decrease the amount of smoke in the area. It is going to increase as we move throughout mainly on Monday. By Monday afternoon and evening, conditions likely going to start to improve. Again, a stray shower is going to be possible overnight tonight. No precision gas still has most of us, especially those south of I-94, completely dry. We are going to be actually fairly comfortable with still that hazy sunshine as we move throughout your Monday. We finally will be clearing our skies up as we move throughout your Tuesday, with mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions expected by then. And yes, of course, we are still going to be fairly comfortable in terms of our dew point temperatures as well. I know after the past couple of days, that is likely some welcome news for everyone here. Again, a few showers tonight, otherwise partly cloudy, with temperatures likely falling down into the low 60s. Those gustier wind speeds that we were dealing with earlier today are going to subside. They should be out of the southwest anywhere between 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we move into tomorrow, again, mainly dry conditions, hazy sunshine in the forecast. High temperatures will be making it up to 79 degrees. It is likely still going to be fairly breezy. Our forecasted wind speeds for your Monday likely going to be right around 10 to 15 miles per hour. In terms of your 6-day forecast, it does feature mostly dry conditions here, but temperatures are still going to be slightly below average overall. Our next best chance of seeing a couple of rain showers likely going to arrive Thursday afternoon and evening as another cold front pushes through the area. It is going to bring a lot of sunshine and still some very comfortable conditions just in time for the weekend. And in terms of next week, your 6+6-day forecast still looks like we're trending towards mostly dry conditions, only a couple chances of rain sprinkled in there, which is unfortunate. We still do have the drought situation that is currently ongoing.
Yeah, but this is July and usually Michigan weather is not this mild, and yeah. I'm here for it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of what they're seeing over in the southwest of the country.
Oh yeah, well, at least we don't got to worry about that.
There you go.
A group is working to educate people on the history of picnics in cemeteries. We'll explain more about that after the break, so stay tuned. 6 News at 11. We'll be right back. Nowadays, many people are unaware of the history behind cemeteries and all the ways people would utilize them. Today in Lansing, there was a picnic at Mount Hope Cemetery, and Rachel Ramsey was there. She's here for you now with how things went.
Have you ever wondered why cemeteries fall under Parks and Recreation? Well, to get that answer, you have to look back to 1874.
It was traditional for people to come out on a Sunday load up the kids in the horse and buggy, come down to the cemetery, have a picnic, take care of the loved ones' graves.
Friends of Lansing Historic Cemeteries put on this event with the goal of sharing the history behind these picnics.
The area that we're in, the Fratcher Memorial Garden, was created in what was then the basin, which is where they tethered their horses, and there was a water trough for the horses.
Lunch was ready for anyone looking to spend some time outside.
It's nice to be part of a group for something you enjoy doing, and like this cemetery, especially Mount Hope, there's so many famous people in it, and there's so much history to share with everybody.
I asked volunteers why they're a part of this.
I think it helps to take away the stigma of, oh, cemeteries are creepy, and like you want to be respectful, but it was a place at the time people used to come with their families and have picnics.
There's little things for everyone. Like, I've seen so much wildlife around here. There's a whole little family of deer that lives back that way.
Matt Bush is a frequent cemetery goer.
There's a statue over that way I think about a lot, of a girl praying, and she's looking up at the sky, and just knowing that, like, even when it's 120 degrees out, she's still out there. Yeah. When it's 30 degrees below zero and there's wind whipping snow all over, she's still out there. Like, just weird to think, like, how much her unseeing eyes have seen.
Here for you in Lansing, Rachel Ramsey, 6 News.
We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast for the week, but first, here are your winning lottery numbers.
A few isolated showers possible tonight, especially for those near and north of I-96. Otherwise, partly cloudy with temperatures down to 62 degrees. Still a very hazy situation for Monday. Air quality warnings will still be in effect. They are likely going to lift as we move throughout your Tuesday. Mostly sunny and highs in the mid to low 80s by then, followed by the chance for a couple of rain showers for your Thursday afternoon.
I'm okay with the cool down for Thursday.
Can't complain.
Like rain.
We could use it.
Get good sleep, you know. Yeah. Well, Ian's here because it's time for sports overtime, and there was a bit of everything happening today.
Yeah, we like to call it a smorgasbord in the sports office. Everything from baseball, basketball, tennis, golf. We got you covered, and you can't forget about soccer. Lansing Common was back on its home turf today. It's all coming up next in sports overtime.